Thinking of a way to get rich, nigga. I'm keeping it G with Rick. Gotta talk about this shit, nigga. I'm keeping it G with Rick. When I wanna pop my shit, I'm keeping it G with Rick. Wanna talk about a little bitch, I'm keeping it G with Rick. Thinking of a way to get rich, I'm keeping it G with Rick. Gotta talk about this shit, nigga. I'm keeping it G with Rick. I had to sit down and Rick. I gotta think of a get rich scheme to go legit. I just wanna politic. Talk to a nigga with some sense. A nigga that came from the bricks. A nigga that's on the same shit. Whatever it takes.
You locked in to Keeping It G with Rick D. We got a very special guest in the building today. My first cousin, LG. You know what I'm saying? He came to keep it G with us today. What up with you, cuz?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, man. Welcome to the cast, man. So, yeah, man, this is a very special episode right here. You know what I'm saying? If anybody know more about me in this world, it's this man right here. We spent a lot of time together growing up. We did a lot of stuff together, and we really could see the world kind of in the same lens because of the, you know what I'm saying, we shared a lot of the same experiences. So, first of all, you know what I'm saying, just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Like you said, I'm LG. This is my first cousin. Really, like my brother. Man, me and Rick D. We sometimes we go a minute without talking, but it's like every time we talk, it's like I've been talking to him every day. So as far as me personally, professionally, I'm a quality inspector at a aviation company called Airbus. I've been in aviation for going on like 10 years now. So as far as that goes, it's a lot I can get into that, but that's what I do.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna reverse it, cause you know what I'm saying. They gotta hear about how you got to that point. You feel me? Cause you know what I'm saying. Been a long road. You feel me? A lot of stuff didn't happen for that to even, you know what I'm saying, come about for you to even have a career. So first of all, you know what I'm saying. Just, you know what I'm saying. Let's talk about. We're gonna take them back into our early days. For one, tell them about your early days.
Man, the early days, man, I swear I don't know where I was headed in my early days, but I guess I could kind of start like my senior year in high school. You know what I'm saying? I got in a bunch of trouble. I started doing. I didn't start, but I finally got caught up doing some things I wasn't supposed to do. And shout out to Richard Roper. He kind of I got into some trouble. Had some charges. I had probably about I had about 4 charges, and they were trying to give me a little time. You know what I'm saying? Something that would have really threw my life off course. But he put me in this program that pretty much set me straight. It was like he put me in this program where I was required to do certain things, and it just I went the military route. It just showed me like once I went through that, it just showed me that like, all right, why do I have to be doing XYZ, all this other stuff I'm doing? Why I can't get on a good path and get a goal and chase it down? So that's mainly what it taught me. He put me in the program. I got my GED. I went in the military, and from then on, it was just like step by step. I just started. I started like I realized that if I put something in my head to do it, and I believed I could do it, I could do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay then. So you know, keeping the G, man, we have to keep it G because we like to go all the way back to you started at high school, but I'm big on context. I'm a type of person I like context, so I like to know how people got to a certain point. So you said you got into some trouble in high school. So tell me about you coming up, your childhood.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I like the way, like he said, I lived with him a good chunk of my life. I lived with him and his mom, and his mom took me in. But my mom, when I was 4 years old, I lost my mom, and it kind of put me on a it kind of put me like where I was kind of here and there. I moved around a lot, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I think that I didn't really have a straight path ahead of me. I had like a bunch of roadblocks where I had to like figure it out, and I was kind of like just doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
I
yeah.
was, it was like you know like in school it was just like, man, it wasn't no specific thing that I was doing, but it was like I just didn't have no, I didn't care, like I just didn't, I had like a, and I still got that. It was like a permanent chip on my shoulder, you know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
I just felt like at times I just felt like, man, I don't care, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just didn't really care about that. I didn't care about consequences.
For sure. I can attest to that. I grew up kind of like that too as well. So with that being said, I'm piggyback out of that. He probably his mom died. Then so he moved with my grandma, and then when we was in the fourth grade, cause we like a couple months apart. So we was in like the fourth grade. My grandma died because he was living with my grandma, and when my grandma died, he moved with us next. So once he moved with us, we kind of grew up pretty much in the same from fourth grade probably to like eighth grade. You know what I'm saying? Grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Seeing a lot of the same things, like, you know what I'm saying, coming up. Like, you know what I'm saying? My dad was in my life, but, you know what I'm saying, we ain't had the best relationship, My mama did the best she could with me, but with us, and I also got a sister as well, so she did the best she could with us, but we kind of was always on our own path. Like coming up as kids, we was never around adults. We was always we was just always be
doing
us.
our thing, like.
Yo, we had our own. Every day was an adventure type thing. Like we was never. I could say we never had nobody over us watching us.
Yeah, it was like from an early. It wasn't hard to be independent at all. Like we just. It was like you said from what we call our mama, our grandma's house. From there, I mean, we was like we used to be up the road. We used to be. I remember. You remember when we used to be like waiting on the ice cream man to come, and then one day the ice cream man came through and he passed
stopped for us.
We had been waiting for like 2 hours and I ran into the driveway and threw a rock and bust his window out.
He ain't never pull up on our street, never again.
Yeah, he ain't never come back. We had to catch him on the other side.
For sure.
But for sure, like you said, like after so as far as like my background goes, I had 2 other siblings too. So when it came time to when our grandma died, they asked us, my aunts pretty much asked us like, where you want to go, like who you want to go with.
Yeah.
And you already knew we used to be plotting every day, even when
we talked about it all the time.
Yeah, it'd be like your daddy would come, like your mama already told us no. We done called up that she done said no, and then your daddy come and we'd be like, she said yeah, she said I can stay the night or whatever.
Finessing.
Yeah. So then next thing you know, we there. Your mama get that. She's like, I told him no, but it was no brainer that I wanted to go stay with y'all when it was time to go somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, man. So, grew up, playing sports and stuff like that. And then kind of, I would say, for me, coming up like in middle school, I got to the point where I just didn't want to be at home. I was always at a friend's house, really from a young age. Cause remember, we had a little friend,
Cody.
Yeah, we was at his house pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Then it just went on from there with me. I just was always at a friend's house in the streets. So I just started gravitating towards and being in the streets. I like, you know what I'm saying, hanging out. I like to, you know what I'm saying, being with my friends, out all night, just wilding at an early age. And it just kind of led me onto a path where, you know what I'm saying, I made in and out of, you know what I'm saying, boot camp at an early age. And out of alternative school, I went to alternative school like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Middle school. What you went like 2?
Man, I think I went pretty much. I went every year from my first year
in middle school.
In the 7th grade till I got expelled from my first year in the 7th grade till I was a senior.
For sure.
I got expelled that year, and then we stopped going to alternative school. Like I don't remember what grade. It was just got to the point where I would just stay out of school.
Yeah.
And at that point, we weren't even going alternative.
For sure. So then, yeah, like you said, I did time in boot camp, but then I say I went to jail the first time, like real jail at 18 years old.
Yeah.
So I was at school and just wild, and I had a little money. I used to make a little paper in school, in high school. I had a little money, so I used to like to come to school and flex my money and stuff like that. So, cause I had no money for real, so you know what I'm saying. I'm in school talking shit. Yeah, man. I pay you $10 to slap the fuck out of whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah.
So yeah, he ain't had no money, so I threw the $10 on the ground. So, he went and slapped the kid. You know what I'm saying? Got both of us kicked out of school, and I had to go to jail. And I'm gonna tell a story about that little jail time. So yeah, man, I'm 18 years old, and this is when I really, you know what I'm saying, got into realizing it's a higher power out there. I'm gonna tell this story. I ain't never really told this story before, but I realized there's a higher power out there, man. I'm in jail and I'm sitting down they told me 6 months. I had to do 6 months. So I'm in there. I say, they say you gotta do half your time. So I'm at my 3 month mark. They're doing my half my time. So at that point, I'm sitting in there. So I'm supposed to get out this particular day. So I'm sitting in there. They don't call my name to go to court. So I go back to back of my room. They don't call my name the whole time. I keep calling on the intercom. Hey, I'm supposed to be in court today. I already told my family, told everybody, hey, I'm supposed to get out today.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I go in my room and I say me a little prayer. I say, man, I tell God, I say, God, if you real, I say you'll get me out of here today.
Yeah.
And I tell you, as soon as I said this prayer, I hear my name get called on the intercom. Hey, go to court.
Yeah.
So fast forward, long story short, the only reason I got out that day because my girlfriend at the time, she had came to court, and her friend was the only one sitting in court left.
Yeah.
And they sitting in court, so the judge, everybody else leaves. So the judge like, well, how come y'all two still sitting here?
Yeah.
They
I
like,
remember that.
yeah, she like, well, my boyfriend supposed to get out today, but y'all never called him. So they go check. When they go check, somebody forgot to. I don't know how it happened, but they forgot to pull my file, take it to court. So I was gonna have to sit in there longer, but you know what I'm saying. That kind of you know what I'm saying gave me you know what I'm saying. Well, I understood. Okay, it's a higher power.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that was God letting me know.
For sure, cause like man, and it's crazy because I think a lot of times in life, like even we wasn't around each other, we was learning, we was like going through the same
Experiences.
phases.
Yeah.
Because like around that time, that was around this same time like we was talking about, like when we fast forward, like when that happened, this is the same time, cause this was like halfway through the school year. Whenever that happened, when we did when you dropped the money on the ground, I slapped the dude, cause I wasn't of age yet.
Yeah.
And then you was already of age, so this is around the same time, and I remember Anna Wanda coming with me to like I had to go to court around the same time. It was like, she kind of instilled that faith in me, like you know what I'm saying. Like I seen her like pray for something and just believe it. Like you pray for it, done. Like
yeah,
ain't
don't
nobody
worry
talking
about it no more. Yeah,
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying. If when you pray, that's it. You leave it done. You believe it. So I've like with the whole Richard Roper situation. That was a way out of no way. You feel me? Cause like. And to elaborate more on that, I ended up getting, so first of all, I got 2 charges from the situation that I was in. Around the same time you had that you had went for your time.
Yeah, for sure.
And man, they had put 2 charges on me. I had 2 more. They put 2 of them on my record. So I don't want to praying for me and put me like having my mindset like, all right, I'm gonna make it through this. Man, I ended up getting shout out to Vera Quay too. I ended up getting a meeting with the mayor, and the mayor pardoned the charges off my record, like to the point where it just wiped it away. Like he had told me, I signed and like wiped it away, and then I just moved on from there, and then it like moving on from there and like learning these different, going through these different experiences. I kind of like, I think I like, it kind of fast forward some of my experiences. So like I remember like talking to you, like when you was getting ready, like you was trying to do your thing, you was still, like you remember when you was at UTC, you tried to go that route before you went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you like, man, you gonna reach that, when you reach that success, whenever you get there to where you gonna go, you gonna see it's gonna take you, you gonna see that, all right, what's for me is gonna be for me. I ain't got to worry about what anything I lose is something that wasn't mine anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like after that, I just watched you. I know we're gonna get to that. I'm kind of ahead, but after that, I just watched you just start hitting those marks. Like you did what you had to do. You went through, your life started progressing to that point.
For sure, yeah. And you had a conversation before, man. Far as man, I didn't try everything. Like that's one thing about me, man. I get bored with stuff easy, but I ain't afraid to try. I ain't afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And that's always been me. So we just piggybacking off of what you said. Like I remember one point in time I was into the detailing. I had started me a detailing business.
Out the mud detailing.
Yeah, out the mud detailing. Yeah, I was detailing and yeah, you know what I'm saying? I worked that little move and then I started doing it in a little minute and I got kind of good at it, but you know what I'm saying? I realized that ain't for me. I don't like being outside all day in the sun detailing cars. That ain't really what I want to do.
That.
I didn't enjoy it, but it was something to make, you know what I'm saying, ends meet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this is a little story. So I was working at Badcock. And when I was working there, you know what I'm saying, I was at the stage in my life where, you know, I wanted a house. I started, you know what I'm saying, wanting nice stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted it the working way. I wanted it the right route. Cause I had tried all different type of ways.
Yeah.
Like from you name it, I didn't try it. So far as, you know what I'm saying, trying to make money or trying to figure out a way. Cause
Yeah.
I had kids at an early age. I had my first child at 16.
Yeah.
But I was a freshman.
You born when you
Yeah, born when I was 16, and then I had another child at 18. I had another child at 21, and I ain't never shied away from that responsibility.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like even when I was a child, I came up out that child being a child at an early age. Like, you know what I'm saying, I had to grow up fast. I had my first place. You know what I'm saying, moved to my first place when I was 17, going on 18.
Yeah.
Because it was my cousin trailer. She had rented it out to me.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I just grew up kind of fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, with that being said, yeah, I was working at Badcock, and yeah, I was just at the stage where I just wanted to elevate. So I go talk to the boss. I'm like, hey man, I need a raise. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to do this. I explained it to him, like, you know, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, I want a house. You know what I'm saying, I was staying in an apartment. You know what I'm saying, I want a better car.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So he brushed me. Well, the first time he did give me a raise, he gave me like a couple of cents.
Yeah.
But that's not no raise.
It wasn't what you wanted.
It ain't what I wanted. It ain't what I felt like I needed at that time. So fast forward, long story short, it was around Christmas time. We supposed to got a Christmas bonus. They at that job, they always got a Christmas bonus every year. So we didn't get that bonus that year. So I go in the office. So I ain't gonna lie, I made a little plan because I had already had in my mind what I was gonna do. I was like, for one, I wanted to just rebrand myself. So I wanted to move away. I wanted to experience something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I was living at was just old to me. You know what I'm saying? You know how, you know, the route to work, all that, it just gets repetitive, get old. So I was like, man, every day I just in my mind figuring out a way to make my move to get out of this situation. Because if you don't figure out how to get your way out of a situation that don't make you happy, you're gonna be stuck in that situation for forever.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, so what I did was I got myself fired on purpose.
Yeah.
So I could draw.
Force your hand.
Yeah, so I could draw unemployment, so I could move.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I could be getting a check while
Yeah.
So I could be getting a check while even though it wasn't nothing but like 200, 300 a week.
It was something.
But it was something for me to be able to move. I saved all my money, and I had moved after I paid and got me a place and all that. I probably had like $500 in my pocket, and moved to Atlanta with $500 in my pocket with not nobody but my cousin Lou. Shout out to my cousin Lou. He showed love. He looked out, but that's all I had pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He basically, you know what I'm saying, took me in. I had my own place, but pretty much I was at his place every day because I didn't have nothing in my place at first. No couch, I had an air mattress. That's it.
Win was a win. You just got there.
Yeah, I got there. Yeah. So then when I get there, you know, I had to find me a job. So when I started, I went and got a job. I'm thinking it was a good job. At the time, I was just applying for jobs, and they called me in. Yeah. So I get up there, and they got me at the gas station selling wax, like spray on wax that you wax on a car, and you trying to sell it to people. And what that job taught me is it taught me some skills, like, cause that's the only way you getting a paycheck. You get paid off commission.
Your mouthpiece.
Exactly. Yeah. And people don't want to buy that. People don't want to buy that wax. You got to sell yourself. They literally only buying it because the way I'm trying to hustle and get them to buy it. Yeah. So they just like, I just buy the wax just because I respect your hustle. Yeah. They probably throw it in their garage or something. But that taught me something. And it taught me survival skills because at first I didn't understand. At first I always had the resources I needed. Everybody around me that could help me. But at that point in time, I didn't have that. I had to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how to create my own resources. Yeah. And that just kind of built me, you know what I'm saying, to life now for real. It helped me out a lot at that period of time in my life.
That was a big boost. Like, that was like, it propelled you. Like.
For sure. So I want you to elaborate on the when you went to the Army, that situation. So after you get out of high school, you got your charges pardon. Tell us about to that point where you got to the Army situation and what happened after that with your life.
Yeah, so similar to what you just said, it just like it put me in a position where it's like, all right, it's nobody here to make decisions for me or to recommend nothing. I gotta make I gotta make the right decision. And it just showed me like, just completing it, just making it there. First of all, it showed me discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I really lacked in. I didn't have discipline. And then it just showed me that it showed me what I was capable of. You feel me? So like after that, when I got done, it was like I just like attacked the world. Like, man, it ain't nothing I can't do. It ain't nothing I can. If I wanna, I just went. If I wanna go to school, I could do it. If I wanna go like what I did, the aviation route, I could do it. If I wanted to, whatever, I wanted to get a car, I wanted to get a house, I could do it. I just realized like, man, it's no limit on you. Only limits on you is really just what you put on yourself.
You saying that you can't.
Saying that you can't, or thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's too much for me.
Exactly. And then it put me around other people. And just like how what Atlanta did for you, it like put me around. I had different conversations. Yeah. And I got to see different like point of view, because it was like all ages there. So like I'm talking to older people, like they telling me what they plan is in the military, what they gonna do when they get done, or whatever. So it kind of like just propelled me to success. It was a success, really.
For sure.
Just if it didn't do nothing, it introduced me to success, where I've been failing my whole life, where I feel like I've just been doing the wrong thing my whole life.
Yeah.
It was just a part of that, like, boom. It was just like a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just started. I learned that I could just set the goal and walk it down, like whatever it is. I could just say, okay, well, this is my plan. I'm gonna do this. I see what it takes to get there.
For sure.
And I'm gonna do that. And then it's still carrying on in my life. And if I had to tell anybody anything about life, you just gotta be grateful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show gratitude, like in life. You gotta be grateful for where you at. Because I think younger, not realizing, like, like I said, I had a permanent chip on my shoulder, but my family, like my mama's sisters, was clutch for real. Like they really.
All of them took on a part at a certain part of your life.
They held me down. So it's like when you like, for instance, if I asked you right now, how many white cars you seen on the way to the pod? Like how many white cars you seen on the way here? You probably couldn't really think about that.
Yeah.
But if I say, all right, when you leave here, on your way home, see how many white cars you see going home. I bet you'll have an exact number.
Because I done paid attention. You open my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, you looking for it. So it's like, I just think it taught me how to be grateful too in that moment, where it's like I look back and I'm like, man, I'm just grateful for every little thing.
Yeah, me too. I'm like that too. Very grateful for every little thing.
And it keeps you like, when you in that grateful, because I think in order to reach like the abundance, like to where you got more than enough and everything is just happy, you got to be grateful first. Like first you got to be grateful for what you had.
Exactly.
I haven't heard no success story about somebody that wasn't grateful for what they had at the time.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, it might be some out there, but I ain't heard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
It's just a part of it. You got to be, not to say that you're gonna be complacent. You still want more. We still. Like, like right now, you ain't exactly where you at, but you glad, you happy for where you at. You making a move. This is a move. Like you making a move, and you gonna get there just by being grateful for what you have. You gonna keep.
And celebrating a lot of things, celebrating small wins. So the whole thing with the podcast, the first thing I did was an idea. It came up as an idea. So then, you know what I'm saying, once it came up as an idea, I started. See, a lot of people don't know the steps and the things, how like they think I just put the camera on here and just be talking. But they don't understand all the steps that you had to go through. Yeah. That's why I'm so big on, you know what I'm saying, subscribe, like, share. Because, you know what I'm saying, I put time, effort, you know what I'm saying, all that money into this. You feel me? Exactly. So a lot of people don't know like these steps. So, you know, first of all, you come up with an idea. Everybody has an idea. Yeah. But what you gonna do to start putting all this stuff into play? So you gotta, you know what I'm saying, have an idea. Then you gotta come up with a niche. What you gonna talk about? What your podcast gonna be about? Yeah. And then you gotta come up with a name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Come up with a catchy phrase, keeping it G. You know what I'm saying? Like all the steps. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta come up to finding somebody to learn how to edit it, learn how to record your first video. It's so much come with it. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that, like, it's work. But all those little small wins, all those little steps I took were small wins. I celebrated every single one of them,
Exactly.
and I enjoyed the process. Now I enjoy putting this content out here, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. When I appreciate all the feedback, all the likes, the shares, anybody, because this is my vision. There's nobody, you know what I'm saying. All this was me, and I put it into play. And for other people to like it, share it, and comment, you know what I'm saying, that means a lot to me, because that let me know, you know what I'm saying, something that I put my energy into, other
For
people
sure.
like it. You feel me?
Yeah, and then also like I gotta be honest, like it's inspiring to me. Like what you're doing, it's like I've seen. Cause we talked about this. I remember one day I was at work. I think one day you was on the road, and you kind of like pitched this idea to me that you was gonna like what you was gonna how you was gonna go about it, what your idea was, like that you was this what you was going for. And I can say, man, within I'll say what I'll say about within the last 5 6 years, everything you done pitched to me, everything that me and you done talked about, I seen it. Like I seen it happen.
For sure.
So for sure, that right there is just enough. Like you, bro, I'm super proud of you for that. Because it's one thing to talk about something, it's one thing to like say you gonna do something, but to execute something. Because even though that might not be the end goal for you,
For sure.
it's leading to all these things. Like it just lead, like you know what I'm saying. Like even like the trucking gave you the time to think. Like you just driving, you thinking like, man,
Yeah.
this is what I want to do. This is how I want to set things up. I'm gonna add this to me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, like all the things you do, like
Yeah.
with the credit, even with the credit stuff. With
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's just like, but and you ain't scared to put it out there, cause like people think about YouTube all the time. You know, people it's a lot of people sitting at home right now that's probably watching this. It's like they probably got an idea or a little thing they thinking about. Like, man, I could do it, but it's inspiring to see the execution
For sure.
that you're doing. Like you actually you putting you giving God the opportunity to bless you. That you
For
putting it
sure.
out there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I'll tell anybody, like, go any if you do have an idea, man, go for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no we ain't here for, you know what I'm saying, forever.
Right.
So anything you do have, just go for it. I feel like I'm not the type of person, I'm not the person you come to and be like complain about stuff. Like if you complain to me about your girlfriend, I'm gonna tell you, go find you another girlfriend.
Yeah.
Go find your better girlfriend. You complain to me about your job, I'm gonna tell you, go find you a better job. Go get you
Yeah.
another job. You complain about where you stay or anything, I'm gonna tell you, go move somewhere else. Cause
Yeah.
I didn't did it before, and I know if you're not happy, fix it. It's up to you to
Yeah.
fix it.
It's a solution. It ain't about complaining. It's like
Yeah.
you can when like you said when you got that go getter instinct when you like when you got faith too, and it's always a solution. That's how it is with me. It's like I'm never complaining. It's always a solution.
For
It's
sure.
always the next move. I can see, okay, this is happening, but I see this gonna happen too.
Yeah.
Like so it's always gonna be the bad with the good, but you just gotta see that. You just gotta understand that and see that, you know, you're gonna have to navigate through obstacles. I mean your quality of life is really based off of how you deal with adversity. If you can't deal with adversity, if you can't get on a job and your boss don't like you, but okay, what you gonna do? Quit?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend leave you. What you gonna do? You gonna stop your whole life? You gonna forget about your kids?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, your tire go flat. What you gonna do? Just leave the car there?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Fix it. Like,
yeah, life is
yeah.
about adversity.
Figure it out.
You gotta go through it, and
Yeah.
it's character building. It's you learning.
Once you go through that and you get yourself out of those situations, oh, it make you a whole different person, make
Yeah.
you stronger. Like ain't nothing too big to fix at that point. You know I can
It's
handle
another
it.
tool in the toolbox.
Exactly.
You just learn something else. You just put something else in your back pocket. Like okay, I've been through that before. So now you can see something. You can be walking down the street and see somebody else going through it. Like for instance, my water pump went out on my car.
For sure.
It's like I called the mechanic. He told me astronaut something that was just like too much for me. Like, damn, that for real. I look on YouTube and this all it is. The part cost this much and the labor is like 30 minutes. So now I can walk down the street and I can see somebody. So I did that for myself. I can see somebody else going through that issue, and I can say, man, you can do that yourself. I can help you. I can show you how to do that right now.
Exactly.
And it's just like that in life in general. Like you go. That's the reason why you're going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people that keep on going through the same thing, it's just because you ain't learning your lesson. It's like
Yeah.
like if you walking through a doorway and every time you walk through the doorway you hit your head, but like how many times you gotta walk through it before you duck? Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like how when you gonna learn? Like
Exactly.
this is gonna happen. You gotta navigate through it. And I think like when you were talking about like the military, I think that's kind of what some like basic kind of try to it taught me and like leading like after that and with like going through the whole court situation like you did. I just adversity. I'm not scared of it.
Yeah.
I can deal with it because I know at the end it's a finish line at the end
For
of
sure.
what every situation.
That's what's up. So we'll switch the gears a little bit. What you feel about who you got winning the championship this year in the NBA?
Man, hey, these young Bulls, man, they something else right now, man. I gotta go with, for me, somebody in the West gonna win it for me because I don't really believe in the Celtics. They just been there too many times and they get close too much and it's just like I mean, record wise they good, but man, it's gotta be. I'm gonna tell you who I want to win and who I think gonna win.
Okay, run it.
I want to see Anthony Edwards win his because he just balling out of control. He just giving that like Mamba energy, like that, like he just
Like
going
he got
for
that
it.
dog in him.
Yeah, because they been had this team, like you know what I'm saying. This team
Yeah.
last year when they got old boy with Gobert,
Gobert,
it
yeah.
was like it was like man, why they paid all that money for him? But this year the way he like going crazy, it make Gobert got a place on the court, like he really balling. I don't know if I know
He changed that defense. That's what he
yeah, he
did.
either won it or he like in the running. It's either him or Wemby.
Yeah, I think he gonna win it.
Yeah, so I mean, I would like to see them winning somebody different, but it's hard for me to bet against Jokic. Man, Jokic them, they just they got everything.
Yeah.
If Murray is healthy, I think it still goes 6 or 7, but I think whoever win that series win it all.
For sure. Okay then. So my personal opinion, I feel like I'm going with the T Wolves, man. I want the Wolves to win. I like Murray. I mean not Murray, but I like Edwards. That's my boy. I fuck
Yeah,
with me, him. I want him to win it. But I think he might can win it though. But
yeah.
you know, we'll see. But okay, so what's your opinion on marriage? How many times you been married? Twice?
Yeah.
Been married twice? What's your opinion on marriage? Like how you feel about it?
Well, I feel like when you get married, man, you gotta. I feel like I see the point in like when people get married early, how older people look at it like look down on it. You know what I'm saying? It's because I think that when you get married early, you haven't really developed your like you haven't developed your non-negotiables yet. Like you don't know exactly you haven't even got like you don't know what you want in the opposite sex, no matter who it is. You really don't know what you want because you haven't even become you yet.
For
Like
sure.
you're still experiencing and you're still learning. Like you know what I'm saying. You still figuring out. Like man, if a so and so is this and that, I don't want that, or I need somebody that can do this and that
For sure.
because you're still growing. So my view on it, I still got a good view on it. I'm not that I would never get married again or something like that. So I still got like I still believe it's a good thing, but I just believe in knowing what you're getting into and like
Yeah.
knowing what what you want. Like what is your like having it's okay to have a type. It's okay to have a standard.
Yeah.
It's okay to
Sure.
say, you know what, if a person does this and that or they don't do this, I don't want that. It's okay. And you know, like for men, for instance, and this is for young men, like to be honest, man, get the bag first.
For sure.
Man,
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah, like get like do you first because it's easy to get it's easy to get distracted like as a young man, especially if you any kind of handsome or you got anything going on for you. It's gonna be a lot of distraction.
I think a lot of people, young men especially, they would be, a lot of it'd be a lot more young millionaires if they weren't so caught up into relationships and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like a lot of niggas be so worried about what they female doing and trying to impress a female that you know what I'm saying.
Lead you the wrong way.
Yeah, they be leaving money out here on the table.
Yeah,
Like,
because at the end of the day, when first of all you do you first, all that's gonna come.
they gonna be
You
attracted
gonna
to
have
you.
your choice
Yeah,
because it's at the end of the day, it's like what females be really looking for, it don't really matter about how you look or nothing. A lot of times, it's got something to do with it. I ain't gonna just
A
discredit
lot
it
of
like
them be
that.
wanting stability
But
though.
you stability,
Yeah.
what you got to offer, like who you are, what are you bringing to the table, and then like what type of lifestyle they gonna have when they get with you.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you got that going on, man, it's like you just really have your pick in a sense.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, you gonna have a wide variety of choices.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's kind of bad to say, but that's just how it is. I mean, you got to meet somebody that's not, and then meet somebody that's not from where you from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think humans is easy. Sometimes sometimes it works out, but humans it's easy to go back to what you're familiar with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to go back to what you're familiar with, and then you don't even know what else out there. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like my girl right now, like, and she done put me on some things, even though she ain't from far from where I'm from, but she
got a whole different aspect, like how she look at life.
Yeah,
you know
her life is what she's done in life and things that she's adding to me is like it's just different.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that. I would just say, man, look, go for you first. Everything else can happen. Kids and wife can happen later.
Yeah, and then when you be dating girls, you know what I'm saying, local girls, man, they niggas be hating and people be hating, like,
yeah,
like, I seen so and so did, like, I don't like that. That's why I kind of like to date outside. I don't like to date out in my city.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much going on. That it's too much in the mix. It's too close.
And then another thing, if you do get cheated on, cause you know everybody be liking to cheat. Yeah. We can just be honest.
Yeah.
I'd rather you cheat on with somebody I don't know rather than cheating with somebody that, you know what I'm saying, nigga that's looking in my face every day. Like, yeah. I ain't with that.
Or when you get with somebody, you ain't really worried about their past. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know everybody got a past.
Yeah.
But when
you know they pass when they from your city.
When it's an intimate past, like it's something that's like right there in your reach, it's bad. It's bad business.
Yeah.
It's just it's not a good recipe.
Yeah,
for like a successful
relationship, long term. Nah, I don't think so either.
No, it ain't.
It ain't. So, where you got your hustle from?
Man, my hustle, bro. Like I said, you talking about like when we was talking about dealing with adversity, man. Like I think my hustle. You remember, like it's two big things that I know you remember. You was there. You remember, like when we was at the back, we was in Aaronville, and we was on the basketball court, right?
Yeah.
And I think somebody was messing with people's stuff on the side or something. Like I was like, man, you remember Swerve? But like I was like, let me go check my wallet. Let me go check my stuff. I went back to go check my stuff, and Swerve was like,
nigga, you got money?
Nigga, you got money? I was like, no. He was like, shut the fuck up, nigga.
For sure.
Like that, and then I remember one day, like,
so that stuck with you?
That kind of stuck with me, because, you know, it was like, it was just like me realizing, like, I was at that turning point, and like, it was like, man, now I gotta.
I can't be that.
Ain't on nobody else. Now.
I can't be that guy that people be talking about. You ain't got no money in your pocket.
And I was 16. I think I was like 16, 17 at the time. But still, it was just like And then like another time, I remember George, not George, but Big J asked me did I have a George Washington
in your pocket.
In my pocket, and I was like, and we 16, 17, but at the same time you can still have a job. But I was like, that kind of like, you know what, I got something for that. Like I started like seeing like, man, you know what, I'm a and even talking to like Kendra and them back in the day, like saying like, man, when I get older, I'm gonna do this and that, and they'd be like, it ain't easy as you think it is, but even though it wasn't as easy as I thought it was, but it just put me in there like, you know what, I'm gonna go do it. Like, I see that I'm on my own. You know what I'm saying? I see that I gotta, cause that's like the second time I was back at your mama's house when I was working at Lambert. And then I was stacking my little money up. I had like a little paper bag. I mean, a little polo bag, because I was working at Polo and Lambert.
Yeah.
And then I think I had saved up like 2 bands. And just so happened the oil spill came.
Yeah.
And then when the oil spill came, it was like, that was the most money I ever seen at one time. They had gave me like 6 bands. And like that, ever since then, I was like infatuated with like having money. I always wanted to have money. I was like, and of course your mama was like, get a bank account. Like, put your money in the bank. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was a real saver, so I like that rubbed off on me. Seeing them doing what they did too, like rubbed off. Like I like even little things like her having $2 bills in a shoebox,
Yeah.
dollar bills in a shoebox. It was like I know I gotta keep me some money. So I'm like, so even to this day, that's my main focus is I know
For sure.
I gotta be put up in some kind of
I
way.
don't even think black men ain't even loved properly if he ain't got none. Do you think so?
Hey, hell no, like let's just be honest.
Nah,
Can
man.
like can
He gets,
we need to be honest actually because
we keeping the G.
yeah
That's what
we
we
gotta
doing.
keep it G on here because it's like man if you ain't got no money I don't care you can be the nicest guy in the world you can be a good father all that but if you ain't got nothing to bring to the table bro you you left
Yeah, yeah.
you gone it's over with it ain't no but
I think that's always been my biggest motivation.
yeah
I don't want to be in last place. Like I don't want to
yeah
be that guy. Everybody want to go do something and I can't go do it,
exactly
or even not being able to go eat when I want to eat, or
exactly
go worrying about gas and stuff like that. That's where I get my drive from.
exactly because it's like it's man, I've seen that. I've been there before, so
Yeah,
I know how that feels. It's like when you it's not a good feeling. You stuck basically. If you can't, bro, like that, like around that time, just going to a you can't even. That's how I don't see how like grown men do that. Like I don't get how like grown men just sit around and don't do nothing. Don't try to get no money in no kind of way. Like how could you not when everything is right here, like right everything is right on your phone
yeah,
all the time. It's right in your face. Everybody doing everything. Now everybody don't post their life, but you see it regularly. You
yeah.
see like man, so how could you just sit around and smoke weed all day? How could you just like settle for the bare minimum? Like
And
I
it's so
couldn't
much
do it.
out here
Yeah, it's just too many opportunities right now.
for
Even
sure.
though everything is inflated, but it's more opportunities than ever
Yeah,
right now.
I don't even pay attention to the inflation. I just get my hustle up. Like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Stay on point. You don't even pay attention to that type of stuff when you gotta just stay active.
yeah,
Like you gotta stay active and necessarily. And a lot of people think being active is literally out here. You know, if you could use your mind and make money, man. A lot of
yeah,
times, like use your mind more than physical. That's what I'm big on at this point.
yeah.
I'm trying to make the money work for me. So
Exactly.
yeah, that physical labor that's in the past.
It's only going and that's what I know I seen that in my life too. It don't matter. You can work you can grind hard as you want to and make a you can make a $4 or $5 check, but it ain't the same as when you got income coming in from different angles that you don't gotta be there to get it.
Exactly.
Because even if you go and you grind and you get this big check, it's gonna find a way to get spent. Like you know what I'm saying? Eventually, because you can't maintain that. This was at this specific time.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
but if you make a big check and you put it somewhere that's gonna make you money later, or if you pay yourself ahead, that's gonna eventually like you know when something comes up because you never know when something's gonna come up. You never know. You might need a tie today. You might need all 4 or 5 things might happen at one time.
Oh yeah.
But
Life be
it
life.
life, yeah, exactly. So you got to be ready for that. But definitely, you like it's always on my mind. No matter what I do, I'm gonna grind at my job too, because that's where
Yeah.
that's the floor for me. If you know, like I said about being grateful, like I'm grateful for my floor. I got an excellent opportunity right now, but this is just the floor. That don't mean that I'm not thinking every day like how do I make this next move? How do
Yeah.
I when do I get to the point? Like, cause now I'm 32, time ain't
Ain't
slowing down.
slowing down. It ain't.
Cause it's like, man, if you ain't on the 401k, you dead. If you ain't on Social Security and you was born in the 90s,
It's over with.
it ain't gonna be there. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna have no retirement.
Retirement. Now they trying to say you 70 and shit like
Yeah.
that.
So
To
now
retire.
and then think about this. Think about making 90 to 100k, right? And the way that the life is set up right now, let's just say you make 90 to 100k right now. That ain't a whole lot of money right now. So when you retire, that still ain't gonna be a whole lot of money. So imagine if you went on a 401k and you get, let's just say you got five. Let's just say in the perfect world you got 500,000 in your 401k.
For sure.
How long? 90 to 100,000. How long is it gonna last? How long you plan on living?
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm
What
saying?
type of life you gonna live?
Yeah.
Like
So if you retire at 60, which a lot of these people are 60, 65, how long is that gonna last you? Like it's only gonna last you I plan on living, as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna be 100.
For sure.
You know, I'm trying to live as long as I can. So that's definitely like where my mind is. Like I'm trying to figure out how to make my money work for me.
For sure. Me too. I'm deep in that bag. Deep in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. We gonna end this. Lock in your social media. Tell the audience your social media.
My social media, Facebook is just Lawrence Green. Instagram, it's just Lawrence Green on. It's LGreen_24. My Snapchat is LG251. So that let you know how behind I am. But definitely, I'm trying to come with. Right now, I'm in the process. I want to do I want to make a YouTube channel, and I want to do like a build series. Like I want to get a car. I'm trying to decide what kind of car I'm gonna get. But I want to do like a kind of like a vlog, like lifestyle / like car channel, where like I get a car, whatever car I get, which I'm really like a vet guy. I kind of want to vet.
Yeah.
I want to like just go through it, like just get it and just show like what I do with it. You know what I'm saying? And kind of show like a little bit of my behind the scenes too, like my family, like my kids and stuff. And my kids, I feel like my kids do some viral stuff all the time.
For sure.
I want to start putting it on.
Oh yeah, create that content, man.
Yeah, make some content. You feel me? And yeah. Check me
Okay.
out. Be on the lookout for that.
Oh yeah, be on the lookout for that. What you gonna call it?
I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I don't know. I'll let you know so you can shout me out.
Okay.
But I ain't
sure.
figured it out yet. I ain't figured out yet. I'm weighing my options right now.
Alright, y'all can catch me, Ricky Daly, on Facebook, on Snapchat, Rick D22. I just changed my Instagram. It's Keeping the G with Rick D. And then I got my TikTok. It's Mr. Up all of a sudden. Also, like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We just wrapped up another episode of Keeping the G with Rick D. Got LG in the building today, and we just wrapped it up. Jill, y'all have a good day.
Thinking of a way to get rich, nigga. I'm keeping it G with Rick. Gotta talk about this shit, nigga. I'm keeping it G with Rick. When I wanna pop my shit, I'm keeping it G with Rick. Wanna talk about a little bitch, I'm keeping it G with Rick. Thinking of a way to get rich, I'm keeping it G with Rick. Gotta talk about this shit, nigga. I'm keeping it G with Rick. I had to sit down Rick. I gotta think of a get rich scheme to go legit. I just wanna politic. Talk to a nigga with some sense. A nigga that came from the bricks. A nigga that's on the same shit. Whatever it takes.